I'm Robert Q, and I started playing golf in 1960. I was 12 years old.
Nick Wade, I've been playing golf 35 years, 40 years, 35 years from San Antonio, Texas. Hey man, calm down, man, relax. I've been playing golf for a while.
I'm Jeff Donovan, PGA golf professional, general manager over at John A. White Golf Course, and I've been playing golf over 45 years.
I'm Tony Barnett. I've been playing golf since 1988. I kicked a lot of butt, but I had my butt kicked too.
Olajuwon Ajanaku. Been playing golf since I was 6 years old.
30 years.
30 years.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I know
on the
that.
dot.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about how was golf growing up, you know, in the 60s, 70s, 80s to 90s, when you first started golf, and then let us know how it was when you was going through the trenches.
Well, I actually started playing in 1960. I was 12 years old, and we couldn't play public golf courses. We just found a field and dug holes, and we shared clubs. And I guess it was in the late 60s when we got to where we could play on the public golf courses. Well, maybe mid 60s, 66 or something like 65, 66. But it's still, at that time you had to be 16 to play. So they still were keeping us from playing. So I would hide in the woods till the last group come by and I'd get out on the golf course and, just start messing around. But I started caddying. I started caddying when I was 12. I don't know, it was sort of the conditions for caddying was pretty bad. You know, the first time I caddied I made $3 and I came in, this older caddy asked me how much I make. I told him I made $3. He wanted me to give him $1. So that didn't feel right. And it was over 100 degrees, and I'm 12 years old, carrying a heavy ass bag, and get $3, and he wanted me to give him $1. I told him we were gonna have to fight. We didn't fight, but we had some words. Then this older caddy came over and said, leave that boy alone, that's his money. And he left. But I decided then I didn't want no more with golf. I was done with it. White folk talk to you any kind of way. Nigga this, nigga that. You got to fight to keep your money. And I said, well, I can find me something else to do. So I went to the grocery store, asked me about the job taking people groceries out. And he said, yeah. But when I got introduced to golf, it was in the 6th grade. My friend came to school, he had on a nice pair of Converse. And I know he was from a single mom family. And he said he made the money caddying. So that what got me to the golf course and start caddying. But I said I was done with it. But I wanted to go back and get me enough money to buy me a pair of them tennis shoes. So I went this last time I caddied, and the bag I had was too long, it hit me on the back of the leg. So the man was giving me shortcuts. And one time he told me to go down by the creek and wait. And while I was down there, I took one of his clubs and I was hitting the ball. He decided he didn't want to hit the driver because he might get it in the creek. He came down to get the 3-wood and caught me hitting his ball. So he called me on news and he told me that you are, excuse the expression, fucking caddy and not a golfer, and don't you fucking forget it. So it felt bad. Went to the club, he told the manager came by, cussed me out, told me if I do that shit again, I couldn't come back to the golf course. I caddied one more hole for this man, one more 9 hole. Got to the 8th hole, the par 3, he hit a 5-iron down by the green. So I'm standing there holding that 5-iron, and I watch him, 2 other golfers, and 3 caddies walk toward the green. Because he was giving me a shortcut, number 9 came back this way. So I said, what can I do to this man for talking to me like that? I took that 5-iron and threw it in the bushes, hoping he wouldn't need it on the last hole. So we played number 9, he didn't need it. I put the clubs in the trunk, he paid me, and I stood and watched him drive off. And when he got out of sight, I went back around in the woods and got that 5-iron. That was my first golf club. That was starting me to play.
What golf course was that?
College Park.
College Park.
What?
Historic. College
Man.
Park.
That was my first golf club.
Really?
And I used to look for that man all the time while I was still caddying. And I never went to work at a grocery store either. Because once I got that 5-iron, I was determined I was going to play golf. That's my story. That's how I got started playing.
That's crazy. That's crazy. My start was different. I think my dad was Harold Donovan, and he was kind of a legend in the game and one of the pioneers of the bringing golf to the black game. He kind of protected me, if you will. Of course, I could play his golf course, do just about anything I want. I remember as a kid, I would go in and grab me a sleeve of Titleist and just go on to the golf, go on out and play and so on and so forth. So For me, it was not as difficult for most, yeah, mainly because my dad was the golf pro. I was the son of the golf pro, so I was able to get started. Though I started late, he was managing Casino Park in Flushing in New York City, and the course was in Queens, and we lived in the Bronx, and I really didn't want to get on the train or leave the house when he left the house, because he left before the sunrise and then come home till the sun went down most days. So it was when we moved to New Orleans when he became the golf pro at Bill Bartholomew, which is now it was then Lake Pontchartrain, but it's now Bill Bartholomew, and we moved there, and that's when I really started getting into the game and hitting balls and practicing and staying at the golf course until the sun went down with him, and that's what started my journey in golf.
I started playing golf, believe it or not, because of football. Does that make any sense? I used to work for Georgia Power before I retired, and white guys used to play all the time. So this was back in '88 when Doug Williams was the first black quarterback to win the Super Bowl. So before all that happened, me and the white guys had a little wager on the game because they was a big John Elway fan, and I was a big Doug Williams fan. So I told him, I said, it ain't even going to be close. And I remember the score right now, 55-14, Washington Redskins. This was back in '88. Then he made the statement, he said, well, you don't see no blacks playing no golf. I said, man, I can beat you and I don't even know how to play. He said, well, I'd like to see you do that. When I went home, I was still living at home with my mom. So I told her, I said, I would like for you to take me to the pawn shop Saturday. She said, pawn shop, what you gonna do? I said, I want to buy some golf clubs. And she said, you don't know anything about no golf. I said, but I'm gonna learn how to play. So I went and bought some golf clubs for $75, and they was Jack Nicklaus 65 Forge clubs. And I still got those clubs today. And the only reason I still got them is because that's the first set of clubs I ever owned. So I used to just go practice. Every day I just go hit balls. Holdover helped me some. Robert Pugh helped me some. A lot of the older guys that used to be over here at Browns Mill, John Maddox, y'all probably don't know any of those guys, but Robert know who I'm talking about. They would help me, and John Lee Wallace, which he's not long with us. And that's basically how I got started playing. But I used to just practice, go to Sugar Creek every night, hit balls. I'd stay up there till almost dark. Jabil, Phillip, and Terrence, they be out there hitting balls, and we just all hit balls, and that's just basically how I got started.
Did you beat him?
Oh, them white boys.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't even close. I ran them off the golf course.
I guess I got started with my dad. My dad was a golf teacher eventually. He fell in love with golf back in the day, and I guess all his kids he made us play, and we just followed suit. And then he wanted to start his own program, like junior golf program, and he called it the San Antonio Junior Golf in Texas. And I was a kid playing golf naturally. I didn't know what I was doing. I played basketball as my first love, but I played golf because my dad played golf. And just played. Wherever he went, I went, and that's what we did. All my brothers and sisters played. My sister was actually better than me. In high school, she was hitting at 270 back then. So I stopped for a long time, thought I was the best basketball player there was, until I was proven I was not when I came to Georgia. But my dad, I missed the cut for basketball. My dad asked me to play my last year, my senior year in high school at Redan. And I was like, all right. So I made captain. And naturally I can shoot. We played 9 holes. So I probably shoot like 40, 45. And I just got hooked from there. I worked at Mystery Valley Golf Course. I probably went from like a 15 handicap, 10 handicap to a plus in a year, just because I was playing 10, 11, 12 hours a day, and just got better and grew up playing Mystery Valley, Sugar Creek, Browns Mill, all of those, and just looking at the Atlanta golf culture and learning from the people above me. So that's it.
Started playing golf when I was 6 years old on the east side of Atlanta, playing at Sugar Creek, Mystery Valley, Charlie Yates. Growing up with a couple of guys, Jamil and Joshua Martin, and learning under Daryl Martin, but also learning under Jeff Donovan, Sam Perrier, Nyree Williams. So many guys that I mean, Tony's. You know what I'm saying? Like, just watching the guys play when I was younger, I mean, they were better than me, hitting it further, hitting it straighter. I'm just trying to keep up. And, I mean, I worked hard, sometimes closed down Sugar Creek, had the keys, would lead the keys with sometimes Ralph or Daryl. I mean, and would leave Cedar Grove High School. Went to Cedar Grove High School, would leave there and just practice all night because I stayed right around the corner at Saratoga Lake condominiums. That was right off Panthersville Road. So ended up going to school at Morehouse and was there on a golf scholarship too. I mean, just growing up in East Atlanta, that's how I eventually got to Morehouse. I mean, knowing, Bill Lewis as well, him being instrumental in my golf game. I see so many times today, kids had a phone or have just trying to so hard to have that perfect swing and not being able to, hit certain shots. But Bill Lewis, he was the one, if you don't know how to hit it, he'll go crate of balls. There's about 1,000 of them. You can go down there and figure it out. You'll be fine, And it was honestly one of the best things that, he could have done is just put the game of golf on me, Just know that this game is on you. And that's what I learned, growing up in Atlanta. Like, it's crazy. There used to be a golf store right down the street from here. I ended up buying some blades, not some Titleist tour model blades, but because I just wanted to collect them. But yeah, man. I mean, Atlanta golf, Atlanta culture. That led me to. I've seen golf a certain way my entire life, and that's what kind of pushed me to start Eastside Golf. And now when people see the logo, they just like, is that for fun? Is that for, what's the story behind it? And honestly, we are the story behind it. I mean, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for honestly half of y'all, just influencing me and showing me that golf was something that I needed. So